Hi. So in today's video, I'm going to explain you the CSS display table property. So in this video, I will explain how you can use the display table property correctly and how it actually works. So to explain the display table property, first I will create an actual table by using the table tag. So you might have studied the table tag in HTML and how can you create a table using a table tag. I will show you now. So what I will do, I will create a table. Let me take a table. I have already written the code for it. Let me take from here and put it here. So as you can see, I have created a table. In this table, basically I have three rows. First one, second one, and this third one. As you can see on the right hand side, these three rows, okay, they are inside table. So this is how normally you can create a table inside HTML. But if you want to understand the display table property, what I will do, I will create this same table, but now I will create the same table using divisions, not by using the table tag. So what I will do, if I try to create the same table using divisions, so what I need to write here, so I need to first write a division, and inside this division I will give a class of table. Okay, so this division will actually represent this table. Okay, now I will create three rows inside this division. So corresponding to three rows, I will create three more divisions inside this division. So I will create a division and I will give this division a class of a row, and I will create three such divisions inside this. Okay, so each division corresponds to each row of the table. Okay, now after doing that, inside each division, now if you look at this table, inside each row I have three columns, and or I should say I have three entries. Okay, so I want to do something like that inside this also. What I will do, I will this inside each row divisions I will create three more division. So inside this I will create three more division and give it a class. Let's say I should give it a class of let's say cell. I should give a cell, or let's say I should give it a class of td, table description class. Okay, and I must create three such divisions. Fine, like that. Okay, and I want to create these divisions for this one also and for this one also. Now, so far, uh, I think everything. I think uh, this must be clear. So now looking forward. So what I will do, I will fill the content quickly. So I will copy it here, paste it here, copy it, paste it. Okay, I will quickly do that. Fine. Okay. Now this one. Okay, we are done. So I have filled the content. Let me give it a line break also so that you can see it clearly. Now as you can see, this is our content of the divisions, but this one and this one and this one both are somewhat different. So I want this one to display it like this. Now here comes the concept of the table property. So what I will do, I will go into the style and I will call the table class from here, dot table. What I will do, I will give it a display of table, not table cell but table. Okay, fine. Now I will call the inside the table class, I will call the row class and I will give it a display of table row. Okay, fine. Now inside the table class and inside the row and inside the table class I will call the TT class and give it a display of let's table cell. Now as you can see, this one and this one looking same, this table with table tag and this table with a division tag. So I have created the same table like this using the divisions. Okay, so this is how we can use the display table property. So I hope that with this example you must be clear that how can use the display table property. And one thing you must be aware that the display table property is different from the inline sorry, the block property. So what I want to say, let me remove this example. So I hope you understand this example. Let me give some other example by which I can explain you how this display table property is different from the block property. So what I will do, let me create a two block element here. Let's say I will create two paragraph and let me create two paragraph, and inside this paragraph I will give some random text. Let's say lorem 5, and inside this also I will give lorem 5. Fine, so far clear. Now I will remove this property. Now I will give this paragraph some style, let's say background color. Now since we know that the paragraph are by default block level element, so when I give it a background color or something, then what you expect, then this background color will actually cover the complete width. So if I give it the aqua color, then as you can see this background color covering the whole width means because it is a block level element. Okay, and also if you look closely these two paragraphs, then there is some kind of gap. This gap is basically the margin. So the block level element actually left some margin on top and bottom. If you want to observe this, then what I will do, you what you will do, you right click on the page, click inspect, and you click on this icon, and if you hover on this thing, then you can see this blue strip is our actual paragraph, and above this paragraph there is a yellow margin. Okay, so all the block level element by default leave some margin on top and bottom. Okay, now let me remove this. Now let me come to my example. Okay, fine. So as you can see the how the block level element are displayed. Now if I change it to display table, not table cell but table. Okay, so this is the difference between table and block. The table, if I do it a table, this display table, then display table will occupy the width, only that much width which is available, means it will not expand, it will not occupy the complete width of the window, it will only occupy that much width in which the content is available. Okay, so the content is this one, so it will occupy only this much width. Okay, so so in that way the display table is different from display block. Fine. So I hope with this two example you are clear about the display table property. So thank you.